Here we go. Just fought the dragon on the hill with good old, I don't know her name anymore. This chick. Yeah, she's pretty
I owe you
happy
some
on
answers, don't I?
Dragon Boy.
Go ahead. Whatever you want to know. Nothing held back.
There we
The
go.
first thing we know,
Progress the
the
story a little
Thalmor
bit.
are our best lead. If they aren't involved, they'll know who is. Before the Great War, the Blades helped the Empire against the Thalmor. Our Grand Master saw them, so we fought them in the shadows, all across town. Nothing solved. The Empire, and now the Dragon. Who else gains from that but the Thalmor? If we... Problem is that place is locked. I'm not sure yet. Meet me back in Riverwood. Keep an eye on the sky. This is only going to get worse.
Alright. Torch. Tell me if anyone is watching. I'm gonna pause for a quick minute just to send out my invites. Let's make it a little weird here for a second. Yep, it works, Lucas. I can actually, it shows at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that or not. I would assume you might. I'm pretty far from my TV right now. Let me get my controllers. It's funny as those are on my chair. There. Alright, make sure I have them in my right hand. You can always hold down start on your move controller. Right here. If you press that down and hold it, it readjusts you. So if you want to like sit down or something and you want to be readjusted so you're at that height for a normal person, what's up, Pat? Then you can do that. But my camera doesn't see these controllers. As you can see, that one's floating way over, even though they're hitting each other. That's just because I'm so low to the ground, so it's having trouble reading them. There we go. See, I just raised my hands a little bit. So seeing as I just stood up, I can press that, hold it, and I can start moving around. So really the immersion is crazy in this game. It's like if I walk up to this tree and I don't actually like lean up, I can actually like lean in on them and look at them. Well, that was weird, never seen that before. eat a sweet roll. Let me see if I got any. So like with scrolling with these, you do have to press that trigger on the back. I don't know if it actually shows it going in, it doesn't. I've gotten used to it. It kind of took a minute to really get a good handle on. See, he's just gonna not eat it. He just eats it like normal. Call. I've been getting used to using my bow a whole lot. Another thing is you can see the bar down here that tells you kind of where your TV is. Sometimes I'm like facing this way all the time. Or if you press and hold that button down, like I said, it should readjust that. Nope, it doesn't. So your TV's always in between here. That's one thing I like about this versus the other games I've played where I've had full motion. It's kind of hard to tell what way you're pointing. But if you do tilt this left or right, it's the way he goes. Notice so it doesn't move my head or anything. So I actually have to press circle or square on this. So if I press circle, he just pads around. And then I actually have to hold down the middle button here. And that makes him run forward. But like I said, I don't really ever use this. I just kind of make him turn. Doesn't really make me sick. Resident Evil 7, as I said prior, it does. It has. But that was when I had it on like smooth settings like it is now, where it's not jumping from frame to frame like a 30-degree angle. I had it on smooth, and then I think full motion. It made me a little sick. Hold on, my phone is... volume is up on me. There we go. Right here. One thing I always kind of forget, because in VR, is I got my weapons out and don't even realize it when I run up to talk to somebody. In this game, you know, you shouldn't do that all the time if you want to talk to somebody. I stand currently, but I have sat before. I've definitely sat a lot. Like right now I'm just standing because my office chair is on the other side of my baby gate. It's a bit of a trek to get to it. Plus I'm in a big open living room, so I like being able to have like full motion. If I sit in a chair, I'd rather it not have arms, because those arms sometimes will get in the way. Let's see where we're going. I think I'll just run around and fight stuff. This is also the map. It's kind of cool that you have a little pointer. Gives you motion sickness. I don't have any currently. This game has not made me motion sick at all. But I don't really get motion sick that easy. I'm a big roller coaster type of person. I can ride just about anything, not get sick. Yeah, we'll just run around and kill stuff. Just to kind of show you guys the combat. I got the bow right here. So I'm kind of new to this area. I haven't played this game in 5 years. So let's walk around a little bit. You also, kind of like Minecraft, you double press the run button to actually make him sprint, as opposed to slow walk, but you can see my stamina draining. Sick just watching me? I don't know. That may be something else. I have noticed that sometimes when I'm watching somebody play a VR game, it kind of makes me get a little wheezy a little bit, I guess. See, I heard a dragon. I don't have my headphones on though, so I'm just going through my audio of my TV, which is kind of low. And like I said, it's been a while since I've actually played this game. So hopefully I don't run anything that's too strong for me. Like, what the hell is that? Just a geyser. The swimming is also kind of interesting. See, I hear something, but I don't see it anywhere. See a bunch of bones though. But the immersion factor, I think, is one thing I love about this. Oh, it's when you play it? Let me see if I can't get to something that's a little more... spiders. See if there's anything to actually attack me. Or for me to attack. I've played this game only like maybe 10 hours or so. I'm definitely not the best. Like that right there, that was kind of wild. But you actually have to like move your hands like this in like a swimming motion while grabbing the triggers, which is kind of weird. I'm not used to it yet because I ain't done it yet. Plus you look kind of silly doing it. Okay, let's see. I think this water's not deep enough. This water I don't think is deep enough for me to really get the full effect going. Let's get out of the water. Whoa. Collect that. Now let's see what we can do real quick. One thing I've noticed about VR, at least with this headset, even my phone, is my contacts get really dry kind of quick. I think it's just because it's like suctioned on my head. This one's not as bad as my phone. My phone one, because it was more or less suctioned to my head, dried my eyes out really quick. Not tried it with my glasses. I have tried it without my contacts because I just can't see far away, and for some reason in this it's a little blurrier than normal, so it's hard for me to play without contacts in just to see if that's what's drying my eyes out. I would assume it is. Alright, I'm doing nothing right now. I just need to go find something. Like I said, I'm in a new area for me. I haven't played it in a while. So it's kind of all just coming back to me. Let's see here. Find a sweet roll. Maybe I'll just... Here we go. See if I... Whoop! That guy's doing nothing. Oh, we got some giants, which I'm not about to fuck with. But I guess we will. Let me just quick save this thing real quick. See what we can do with this guy. Get into a spot maybe he can't hit me, or we can just die and watch me fly high in the sky. Woohoo! That was actually pretty cool. I had him dead a little quicker than I thought it was. For some reason my sprite was acting weird. Maybe we'll try to take one out. We'll see if we'll give it one more try. I think they attack until you do. They definitely keep an eye on you. I ran out of arrows already? Or somehow I unequipped them? Yeah, what? That's wild. Last time I checked I had like 40 of those bastards. Alright. We're just gonna dip out, screw it. At that rate, I can't believe I ran out of arrows. I thought I had way more. I guess it's kind of silly to keep that equipped. This is my other. I'm kind of going for a one hand, a little bit of magic just because it's cool in VR. And then a bow. I've always been more of a bow stealth person. I didn't think I'd be able to actually use VR well with the bow. It's turned out a little better, it just takes some getting used to. But here's kind of a wigging out spot. Just because you look down, it actually kind of feels like you're literally over the river and about to fall off. Ooh, that's pretty cool. You just turn and see it all real quick and you just can't do that. Like I said, one thing else I love is just it doesn't get up on everything if you're shaking even the slightest. It sees it. I don't know, Pat. Not sure yet. Maybe we'll have a thing after one of these 3 birthday parties we got rolling up here soon. I hate lugging my PlayStation though far, just because I've already had to turn one in. And this one always scares the crap out of me because it feels like it's on its last leg. I just need to get a Pro. So I'm hoping this one holds out until I can like trade this one in and get a Pro. My stamina. So yeah, the TV's like right here. And I'm always like somehow pointed that way in the end of the fights. Like I said, one thing is it's kind of hard to get used to if you don't notice where your hand is. If you have your hand just slightly to the right and you're like, why am I always running to the right or left? It's probably because your hand's not straight. That's one thing I did not realize. I thought maybe my PlayStation camera was off, or it was just like calibrated bad, and it was just in the end actually just me slightly tilting it. I don't know if you can turn that off or not. I'll show you other ways of movement though. Get my bearings straight there. So here we go. So VR. So in here I have it on smooth, snap, instant. Snap right there. That just means that you yeah, so it's gonna be more or less like 30-degree increments. So you'll be like here, press circle, bam. There's no like smooth. So you can set like the rotation speed, all that stuff, tap it really quick. Direct movement, I'll show you the teleportation. Instant. We'll crank that up a little bit. And we'll put that, yeah. So let me back out. Actually, what that's all about. So this one, you press this middle button here, and you just kind of just hold it down. Then you kind of just aim where you want to go. So you can kind of go, but you can see as it changes color here when I want to go forward. But I think I'm actually out of stamina. It's kind of cool, but it kind of like, and here's the snap too. As you can see, it's just kind of. Only thing I didn't like about that was like when I'm running over here, I really have to be kind of conscious of where I'm swinging this thing, the left or right. But it probably would be cool to fight people with this, because you could be teleporting around them.
You're as good as
But your skill level to be able to even remotely do that would be kind of insane. And see, almost doing that makes me sick. You just tap it really fast. Because then I feel like I'm watching a damn slideshow at this rate. Because it's not the game running slow, but it's just my movement. Tap, 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 tap. But yeah, this kind of just makes me feel kind of weird. Yeah, I remember playing Minecraft on your phone, and it definitely made me feel that way. I think the big reason why this game hasn't yet, and I've definitely played over an hour at once, is because of the Move controllers. So what I mean by that is with Resident Evil 7 it did make me sick, I think only because one, I was in smooth, probably not the best thing to do. Two, I was also using the standard controller, so I used my right thumbstick to also move my head. I think that's what did it, is me also using that right thumbstick, just out of, I don't know, just how it's always been. You know, you use your right thumbstick to move your head. So it kind of got a little woozy for me there for a little bit. Alright, what am I doing here? Oh yeah. So let me change it back, because that kind of makes me a little sick. Smooth. And no teleportation. Like I said, that's the best thing right there. I wish I could actually show you like the PlayStation menu and show you kind of what it looks like. Settings and that and stuff. A little bit of combat. Get back here. So it's a little weird, but you definitely want to use this. And then you just kind of like point the controller and stuff. And then you just hit that center button there to actually look at it, and then it kind of pulls up a menu. I guess this would be one good way to explain what the PlayStation menu looks like when you actually hit the home button. Is it looks like just a TV in front of you. But yeah, so like I said, it's pretty cool. I can kind of bend down and look a little bit. I really like that feature. It is a little blurry. It looks a little less blurry on my TV than it does when I play. Yeah, there's a little bit of a chat lag. Only because I'm a little bit ahead too, and I'm not looking at my phone either. Let's see here. Maybe I'll show you VR demo disc here in a little bit too. I need to do my stamina. That moves so slow. I'm thinking I'm level 6 maybe. I'm way early in the game. But being able to roll up, you know, to Whiterun and just being able to look at it, it's pretty awesome. But see what I mean? I almost forgot to not have this out, because even the guards will like talk to you funny. Excuse me.
Heard? There's been another dragon attack. Kind's Grove this time.
But yeah, it's kind of weird to lean in, like, hey, what you doing, buddy? And then following them back this way. But I don't want to turn completely around, because the motion tracking, if my body covers the two motion controllers up, it's kind of ridiculous. I was going to look up the spec sheets and just see the Rift versus the Vive versus this, just see what the resolution is. Obviously the other two are a lot better for that stuff. Obviously a little bit more money, though. That Rift is like $350 with the motion controls in a game, which is what I paid for this with a game. But I can't wait to see what like Gen 2 looks for all of them. Because once they just get these screens a little more high res, it's going to be a game changer. But I don't think it's going to be the way you're always going to play. And before I got this, I thought it would be like something that would completely change everything. But there's certain games that are meant to be played this way. This is a game you could easily play this whole game in like this.
There's a nip in the air.
And I hope they bring Fallout 4 to this. Because this game is blurry, it is open world, and it probably does definitely tax the system. But like Resident Evil 7 looks really good on the screen, and you don't notice a blur as much. If you do look it up on YouTube, you can see that they use like a checkerboard.
Trouble?
It's like a legit, looks like a checkerboard layout on the corners of the screen when you're using a standard PlayStation. But when you're actually playing the game, you don't ever really look around here. Your focus is always like right here, around this kind of circle right here. So you don't really, you notice this, but it's not something that you're keeping your eye on. It's not like a TV. With a TV, you know, oh, hey, what quest I gotta do? You look to the left. With this one, you don't really move your eyes, you move your whole head. Let me get going here. I'm talking too much. I'm getting confused on what I'm doing. Let's see here. I'll go to the map, go to my journal. That's one thing that's kind of nice, is they say like, if you want to go to your journal, you want to use your left one, and you'll hit square. And then really need to level my guy a little bit, but I could probably do some other things. So I need to meet her. Probably just gonna do that and just screw it. Meet her there. Like I said, the map is really cool because you move like normal. And I really like it because, and it may be harder to see on just a TV, but being able to see the map and how like there's a hill right here, it's like something I didn't notice before when I played on PC or my PlayStation 4. It's just something I never noticed. And maybe it was there and I just didn't notice it. But because it's in VR, I can kind of see like little hills, little crevices where it would be easier to walk my guy where it isn't easier. So it makes it a little more interesting in that sense. No, we don't need a white run. We need to go to Riverwood. Loading's not that bad, but I mean it is on a PlayStation. I just have a standard hard drive on it. So it's not like a newer drive or anything. It's a little quicker. I think it's just like 5400 RPM. I need to upgrade it really bad though. It only has 500 gigs. I had to delete Horizon Zero Dawn off of it, even though I beat it and got majority of the
someone stole your sweet roll.
Even though I doubt I'll ever play it again, except maybe when it's like PS5 or whatever, and it's
Feindal thinks he can woo Camilla.
maybe at that point it won't even work with my physical copy, so I'll just have to rebuy it and re-download it. That's kind of cool just to have it there if I ever feel like playing that game. Yeah, level 6, almost 7.
I don't think you were followed. Come on, I have a
I don't think I
plan.
was followed either. Ma'am. Yeah, it's just kind of interesting. Stuff looks 3D in a way it's never looked before.
I figured out how we're going to get you into the Thalmor embassy.
I definitely think they have something good
So that's your plan.
going on.
We're there
Bethesda
for
does just being like
information.
really
The
pushing it.
Thalmor, I can
There's
get
a lot of
you
people
into
hate
one
on
of
them.
those parties. Once
Just
I
because
have
of
a
that,
contact
it's
inside
not.
the
It isn't.
His name
It is a
is
VR game, but
I'll
it's
get
not at the
word
same
for
time.
While
Just
you're
'cause
doing that, I'll work.
definitely
Meet
wasn't
me at
made
the
for
Solitude
VR.
stables after you've arranged things with Malborn.
But I think there's going to be
Any
like a
questions?
select few
Don't
amount
worry
of
about
people who
Malborn.
are actually able to
He's
stomach
not a
direct
dangerous
movement like
character
this.
but he hates the Thalmor at least as much as I do. He's
Oh,
a
your
wood elf.
3DS?
The Thalmor wiped. Luckily, they don't know who he
Yeah, I
really
will
is,
say,
or
Lucas,
he
when I
wouldn't
got
be
rid of
serving
mine for my
drinks at the
Switch, I
ambassador. Don't
I
worry,
do miss
he's a wood
it.
elf.
I will say
The
that,
Thalmor
but
wiped out his family back in
I only
Vanguard
miss it
during
because
one
of
their
one
purges
game that
we
came out
never
this
hear
year, the
about.
Samus Returns.
Luckily, they don't know who he really
Metroid.
is, or he wouldn't be serving drinks at the
You could always get a
ambassador's
2DS for like $60 and play it that one. Play it that way, so it's not
Let me handle
200
that.
bucks.
You'll have a real invitation. Don't worry.
You think you're
As
gonna
long as you
sell
can
it
act
on
the
like
part of a Thalmor
eBay or
toady,
something?
You'll get past the guards.
That's one thing that's kind of cool is being able to hit the controllers together and it actually like physically hit and you can feel it. That'll be one thing that'll be interesting. If you buy it, Lucas, we could straight up. I'll be over in the morning. But one thing that's cool is they have, I think it's Star Trek: The Last Voyage. I think it's on clearance at Best Buy for either 15 or 20 bucks or somewhere in between. So that gamer card's gonna knock it down a little more too.
That's when the fun starts.
And then
Then you'll need to
Farpoint, you
find
got that
Ellen Wynn's
freaking
office
gun,
and search her
which
files.
Calvin, one of my
Malborn
buddies,
should
he
be
has a
able to point you in
PSVR.
the right direction.
And he was saying that game is just on another level. But he
Sounds
hasn't
good.
played this yet.
Be careful.
So I don't know how he thinks about Skyrim. Yeah, Pat, I would seriously scream if we were all on Star Trek. Playing Star Trek Bridge Crew. But the reading of books is kind of cool. It just kind of pulls a book up and you can kind of lean around. That's one thing I do like about it. I don't really read the books
What?
in Skyrim
Something you're still confused about?
because I'm kind of a picky reader, I guess. And I don't find any of it that interesting. Though I know a lot of people that do like reading those books and they find that interesting, which I just can't. Well, we will be serious. I've watched a bunch of playthroughs of the Star Trek Bridge Crew, and it seems like you have to kind of be on your toes, and they say it takes almost 2 rounds to really get used to it. But here, I'm gonna pop us out. Can you guys see that? Let me know if you can see the screen right here, because usually when you're streaming, okay, never mind, it says only microphone audio. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna do the demo disc 2.